Hello, I am Fionn Crombie Angus,
And my name is Jonathan Angus.
and today's presentation is called Ambitious Career Goals for People with Intellectual Disabilities that Sky's the Limit.
This research aims to determine one way that fulfilling self-directed employment can be achieved for a young man with Down syndrome in the transitioning years into adulthood. When Fionn was a child, we never wanted him to be put in a box.
A round basket was fine though.
And we learned early the art of advocacy. When he had to stay in a hospital room for a month, we covered the walls with 10 meters of living ivy vines. When the Irish Department of Education said he couldn't have a classroom assistant in an alternative school, we convinced them otherwise.
In High Court.
Fionn had a life of simplicity and routine, punctuated with regular trips between his parents' homelands on 2 continents. No television, country living collecting our vegetables from the farm weekly, but more frequent flyer miles than a typical businessman. Fionn developed the habit of dreaming big, and we developed the habit of listening to him. When preparing for post-secondary school life, Fionn considered many career paths.
Maybe a professional musician.
Like your friend Martin Hayes.
Maybe a nature documentary maker.
The next David Attenborough.
Maybe a visual artist.
Like Ai Weiwei or Cindy Sherman.
Maybe a world-famous hurling champion.
Like Fionn determined that standard options for people with learning disabilities wouldn't be an effective approach to reach his goals, no matter which path he chose.
I have no siblings, but most of my cousins went to college and found professional careers.
Going to college was not an option. One day, we'll look back and see how wrong we were to tolerate a worldwide university system that excludes people based on how well they can perform within a narrow band of intellectual skills.
Tomorrow will be better.
So Fionn considered the other typical adult option, looking for a job. A journey of inquiry, aided by me, his father, taught Fionn that potential employers only saw him as an opportunity to show charity or to fulfill menial tasks, offering jobs with low responsibility and low wages and little chance of advancement. There was also the question of support entitlements. His disability payment from the state would allow him to live a simple, somewhat meager life. Standard disability supports in Ireland would not help Fionn make meaningful contributions to society.
So I worked to get a self-managed support budget and an urban apartment.
A person with learning disability managing their own supports was unheard of in Ireland 7 years ago, but we were inspired by stories from other parts of the world and, working with physically disabled mentors and advocates, persisted until we convinced the Department of Health to fund us. Getting your name on a lease was a cakewalk after that, although convincing City Hall that he shouldn't have to contribute extra money toward rent if he requires a second bedroom for live-in support is an ongoing battle.
We invite you to follow our our story as it unfolds. But by creating a son and father social enterprise, our our action research has led to multiple collaborations, grants, and sponsorships.
Our motto is nearly a synonym of our company name, Fionathan, Fear Nothing. In the following 6 years, Fionn and Jonathan
Jonathan Production
have taught nature workshops to over 1,000 school children, lectured at 28 universities and colleges, and created social media with more than 1 million online engagements. We designed a social enterprise that is initially concerned with personal ideals and only secondarily considers profitability. We've had more failures than we'd care to count.
But we're grateful for all we've learned from our colorful failures.
One of our most successful research projects is, what do you love about your life? A question that you came up with yourself.
Yes.
Fionn has interviewed over 600 people now, and these are all recorded. Can people view them?
Yes. On YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We'll give the link at the end.
Yes.
So we're writing a book right now, sharing the results of this experiment.
Yeah.
We really, it's fair to say, we're now heritage experts.
Yes.
In fact, we're in talks with Mike Viking, who is the author of
The Little Book of Huga,
and also the CEO of the Happiness Research Institute. And we may well collaborate. Other questions that Fionn has asked many people include,
where does creativity come from? What does community mean to you? And how can we deal with climate change?
and we're excited to soon be launching our podcast about animals and humans,
called Zoosophy.
Additionally, we are developing a program for families and allies to assist people with intellectual disabilities to achieve their career dreams, having so far consulted with 30 families and individuals. An important question is, how can you transfer the lessons we've learned to your situation?
Far be it from me to tell you, but I'd love to hear about your story.
We hope we've brightened your journey in some small way. Thank you.
Please follow us.
And since we've a little bit of time left,
we'll play a tune.
We hope you enjoy it.
This A B of boys and A B of decimal. Try. Okay.